You're not giving this to the kids, are you?
Isn't it brilliant?
No, it's not. They're going to throw it at your head, and it's a big bottle. You're going to get a concussion.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Anyway, our friend Tommy DiDario is here.
Hello. Hey, guys.
We have lots to cover.
Oh, a lot.
And uncover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, where do we start? Let's see. Okay, so I think it was Sunday. Good Morning America, the weekend edition.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, Gio, his husband.
Yeah.
Who's in bed.
And it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Gio!
Celebrating his birthday in bed. Must be nice. He says, have you seen a picture of my husband, Tommy, from when he was a Halloween costume model? And he showed this picture on GMA. I mean, how many years ago was that?
Okay, that job was like over a decade ago for one. Yes, it's true. A very early part of my career was costume modeling before I was a Harlequin romance novel boy.
I think the costume modeling is more fun.
Yeah.
It is pretty fun. Well, can I just say, and then I went on to do real campaigns. But anyway, I was Calvin Klein, I'm just saying.
But wait a minute, this campaign's not over. You can still go to hold on. This is the #1 downloaded image from Amazon.
Me in a Scooby-Doo costume. Yes, I have a big Scooby-Doo over my head, the whole big onesie I'm wearing. And Gio's colleague, Whit, is dressing up as this for Halloween, so found it on Amazon. I had no idea it was still on all these years later. So here we are. My face in Scooby-Doo is plastered all over the world as the #1 best-selling costume.
Good. You should be proud.
I am, and Gio ordered it to our house. I don't know why, but now it's going to be arriving today, and it will be home.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Hey, see, I would go as Velma.
You would?
You would be a pretty Velma.
I don't think there is a pretty Velma. I would get the costume, but I would rent a
mystery machine?
Well, no. I mean, I would get like a Toyota RAV4.
That sounds about right.
I'd wear this shirt I'm wearing now.
Yeah.
Flannel.
Yeah.
But the best part of the picture, you guys have to look it up, is as Elvis pointed out, I'm modeling this costume with my hands on my hips, like total sass. So I'm like a sassy Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much knew where that was going. Anyway, so Tommy, of course, is not only is he modeling outfits for Scooby-Doo, but
Did you do the French maid outfit too?
Listen, I can't reveal all my secrets.
Also his podcast, I've never said this before. We've got a big announcement. We're going to talk about that in a second. But also, he's a fitness model as well.
No, I'm not a fitness model. I don't know why it says that. I am not a fitness model.
It doesn't say that. I just said that myself.
Oh. Hey, people like to say that. It's not true.
Okay, then maybe, when everything else goes away, you could be a fitness model. But wait a minute. So he brought us a plastic Halloween pumpkin filled with healthy Halloween treats.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Because he always makes fun of the crappy way we eat on this show.
Right.
Yeah, it's repulsive. So here, I have Halloween treats for you. Okay, close your eyes.
I'm not closing my eyes.
These are the best things you're going to ever eat. This will change your life.
What the hell is this?
They're going to change your life.
It's some kind of...
They're going to change your life. Nate, I have one for you.
Oh, thank you, Tommy.
Is this what you're giving out to the kids?
You will wake up every single day craving this instead of gummy bears, instead of gross processed sugar and candy.
It's the Garden of Life Organics Elderberry Immune Gummy.
Yes. So I brought you delicious, tasty elderberry gummies that are good for your immune system. They have echinacea and zinc. They're going to keep you healthy all winter long. And guess what? You'll never want to reach for another gross gummy again, because once you have these, it will change your life.
What else you got in the bucket?
That's it.
That's it.
Now open that bad boy and take a bite.
I don't.
Get in there.
It says right here, made with real fruit.
Yes.
No sugar.
No sugar, no added sugar, all real food.
Can I eat the whole thing?
If you want, sure, the recommended serving size is 4, but you know what? If you want 8 today.
You're not giving this to the kids, are you?
Isn't it brilliant?
No, it's not. They're going to throw it at your head, and it's a big bottle. You're going to get a concussion.
It's a big bottle. Who gets a big bottle like that?
It tastes like my grandma.
No, it does not.
It tastes like we're eating grandma?
Wait, how do you know what your grandma tastes like?
Who hasn't eaten Nate's grandma?
Okay, let me just
God.
Show of hands.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Oh, stop it. You
what?
guys are just ragging on me. They are made with such fresh, delicious ingredients. And you know what? If y'all want to get the flu this season, fine. Don't eat it. If you want to get the worst diseases possible, don't eat it.
Can we bring it down a notch and listen? I appreciate the immunity elderberry
I'm not sure I
gummy.
do.
I'm fine with that. But as a Halloween treat, it doesn't quite make the
Okay,
cut.
fine. To be fair, if it's not a Halloween treat, how would you feel about it?
That's better.
I mean, I'm
Okay,
totally fine.
much better.
No,
Okay.
and you know,
All
I'm
right.
going to have 4 every single day.
See, we'll keep you healthy.
After
What?
you get past the third one, it tastes a little better.
You're
I do have a question. What do you give out as Halloween treats?
Elderberry gummies.
elderberry.
No, really?
No,
Maybe
you
some.
don't.
No, I don't.
You're not going to have any
I wish I
Snickers
could.
in the house?
Listen,
You're a
just
big
because
client
my
of-
taste is not that, I don't push that on everybody else. So if a kid wants a Twix bar, do they still make those?
Yes.
What do you mean,
absolutely.
do
I don't know. I haven't had Twix bar since like 1990. But if
my
a kid still
gosh.
wants that, I will gladly give them a Twix bar.
But you know, and this is a known thing. I have a special way I eat my Snickers bar. You have to turn it upside down because the veins will be like on the bottom on your tongue.
I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to go with it.
They have little veins.
Yeah, they have
chocolate
little veins.
Oh,
on
do
the
they?
Snickers. Oh,
Do
yeah.
they?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at you. Okay.
Because the
Excuse me.
serving
Wait
size
a
is
minute.
4.
Danielle here, sitting here ragging on the elderberry gummies, and she is popping them like there's no tomorrow.
But I'll tell you
I
why.
see you.
Serving
I
size
see you.
is 4.
Yeah.
Nate only gave me 3, so I need to have a serving
I see
size
you
of this.
popping them.
A lot of added sugar.
No. It's not added. It's natural. There's no added sugar.
Okay.
Do you really think I'd bring you added sugar? Come on now.
No, not you. What?
Well, it's not Bobby approved. I just ran this. I scanned it. You know what it has in here is sunflower oil, which is an inflammatory seed oil. Booyah!
You know
this
what?
is not good for you.
You know what? Bobby and I are going to have a long discussion because I'm not into what Bobby approves and what he doesn't.
You know Bobby?
Yeah, Bobby can kiss my.
I have to say there are some things that Bobby. Yeah, that
It's
I'm
not
like,
all right.
yeah,
Those
it's not
apps
all
are a
right.
little wonky.
Hey, hold on.
Wonky. You know what? I'm just going to say.
Wait, no. Who's Bobby?
He made an app about what you can and cannot eat and drink and use. And you know what? All those apps are. Anyway, the point is, you're welcome for keeping you healthy all winter long. So when all of you
Thank
report
you.
back to me in March and say, God, Tommy, I didn't get sick, I'm going to say, I'm not going to point fingers, but I did
thank
give you something in October that could be helpful.
Well, I don't know what you're on today because you've got lots of energy. Hey, so thank you, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Okay, so phase 1 of our interview done. and I appreciate you looking.
And I have a whole bag, so don't worry.
what?
You won't run out of them, of gummies.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on. This thing broke on, is it people.com?
Yes, it did. It's up now.
15 minutes ago. Talk about this latest release from your podcast. I've never said this before. Go.
All right, my One Tree Hill fans. I have an amazing actress, Bethany Joy Lenz, on the show. She starred in One Tree Hill for nine seasons, and during her entire time on that show, she was also in a cult. So she has a new memoir out called Dinner for Vampires, where she talks about being in this religious cult, and it is honestly one of the most fascinating books I've ever read in my life.
Explain. She was in the cult during the entire shoot of
Yeah,
One Tree Hill.
so it started as Bible study. It was a weekly Bible study. She moved to LA, was feeling lonely, got involved in a once a week Bible study, and someone came in from Idaho and started taking over that group, and it turned into this cult where they would split time between LA and this big mansion, as she calls it, the big house in Idaho. Ooh. And it's, I have to be honest, I have watched a lot of documentaries on cults. I think it's fascinating, and I've always had the thought of, who would possibly allow that to happen? Like, how do you get sucked into a cult? And I'm embarrassed to admit that, because when you read this memoir, she really lays out how it can happen to anybody. And it happened to her. And the most fascinating part about this cult is, they're not in the woods wearing white robes, and it's not kind of the stereotypes of what you think it would be. It's kind of very normal life, but with total manipulation, right? And they separated her from her family, from her friends. They stole $2 million from her. She was essentially working on that show to fund the cult leader's lifestyle.
Oh my gosh.
She married the cult leader's son. So it's this wild story, and she wants to share it because at the end of it, she sums everything up perfectly. And she ran into an old friend, and this old friend kind of alluded to who would get into a cult, or how stupid do you have to be to allow that to happen? And she said, would you call a woman in an abusive relationship stupid? Would you? Would you say she's stupid? Or is she suffering from manipulation and from gaslighting and from emotional, psychological, physical, mental abuse? It's the same thing when you're in a cult. All those things happen. So it's really this eye-opening perspective of this gorgeous, bubbly, effervescent girl that you look at and would never imagine this could happen to. And it did. And she has a daughter now, and it is with the cult leader's son, who she's not involved with, of course, anymore, and she's out of the cult. But this book is so honest and raw and vulnerable. And if you love true crime, if you love, this category of content, you got to read it. And this episode of my show is fascinating. And Elvis mentioned the People magazine exclusive, which is out now. They ran a story, and you can watch this video on their website right now, where for my question that I asked, what is one thing you've never said before? I ask it at the end of every interview. She said, gosh, you know what, Tommy? I don't think I've ever actually apologized to my mom and dad. And we've kind of had conversations where we've beat around the bush, but I don't think I've really ever said I'm sorry. So Mom and Dad, I am so sorry for everything I put you through during those 10 years that I was in that cult.
Wow.
I am so sorry. Thank you for standing by me and for still being with me. And it was just this beautiful, raw moment where it was like, oh my God.
And if you're a fan of One Tree Hill, or you were in the day, and you would see her character come on every week, and you never really stopped. So it makes you wonder, all the people that we are fans of, we follow on social media, in movies, and artists who perform and sing, what are their lives like, when the mics are off and the cameras are off? Right?
Yeah.
You never know. It could be normal and great, like ours. Or it could be a very, very frightening place.
It's like Jeanette McCurdy. Remember her?
Yes.
And she wrote the book, I'm Glad My Mom Died. And while she was doing iCarly, you had no idea what was going. She had an eating disorder. Her mom was abusive, and she thought it was the way her mom loved her, but it was actually abuse. And it was... Read this book is crazy too.
Remember when the book came out and you said, the title is called I'm Glad My Mom Died.
Right.
I'm like, wow, this must be...
Yeah.
Her mom must have been really bad.
It's a hard-hitting book.
Yeah, you never know what someone is going through. And I think we all kind of jump to a conclusion of, oh my God, only a crazy person would join a cult. But she really breaks down how this could happen. It stemmed from extreme loneliness.
I bet.
Extreme loneliness, right?
And you need a place to fit in. You need a community of people that will embrace you and go, hey, you're safe with us. And then you kind of buy into everything that they serve you.
Yeah, and she has a nice humor about it now, too. She told me, how did this all happen? I said, and she goes, well, Bible study went sideways. And, she can kind of laugh about it, too. And even though she's rebuilding her life, it's a good message to put out there for anyone going through any sort of situation like that.
You know what? You painted this picture a moment ago about how this cult had, their center or whatever in Los Angeles, but they also had this big white mansion somewhere. There are so many of these white mansion stories going on, and they're not all cult related. We're also the Abercrombie Fitch story that's really, really breaking heavy. We've known about it for years, but now it's going through the court systems. We're seeing testimony. We're hearing what happened with a lot of these models. You were an Abercrombie Fitch model for a long time, right?
Yeah, I was. I was at the Seaport here in Manhattan, and then on Fifth Avenue.
And so you heard of some of these things going on, but you never participated at the white mansions of that guy?
No. I stayed away from all of it. I went and did my job. I never got a great vibe from him.
You didn't walk around the Abercrombie Fitch pool in your Scooby-Doo outfit?
I don't know if anyone would have wanted to see that. But I'll come over for you, Elvis, if you want that. Sure.
If you were spraying them with that Abercrombie perfume or whatever in your Scooby-Doo outfit, I think it would have been good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you hear a story like that, and even though that wasn't the same as the cult that your guest was talking about, it was a cult of sorts, because these were a bunch of very young, very good-looking guys who, some of them probably gravitated toward this guy, I'm assuming, allegedly, because there was a feeling of being wanted. There was a feeling of being a part of a bigger thing. And so maybe they came from homes where they just didn't feel love, whatever. They found this place of acceptance. Unfortunately, as we're learning more and more about it, it's not all that great.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, that's one of the driving forces for so many people, right? Wanting to belong to something bigger. And you get in these dangerous and scary situations where there are plenty of red flags. I mean, I saw red flags when I was a model at Abercrombie with him and some people, and I didn't like it. And just like Bethany Joy Lenz, she saw red flags with this cult, and she didn't like it. But you convince yourself of all the reasons why that can't be true, because you so badly want to belong to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's this total mind manipulation, which is the wildest part of it all.
And it happens and you don't even realize it. For instance, you keep coming back here.
I don't know why.
Because it's our cult.
You abuse me. You don't like my gifts. You refuse them. I don't know why I keep coming back.
We eat your elderberry gummies.
You're welcome.
Hey, so we had so much fun at Danielle's
Hollow Scream.
Yes.
At Blood Manor, the haunted house. And here I am in my character, in my room, doing my thing, scaring people. And in walks Tommy and Gio.
Yeah.
Tommy's like, "Oh, Elvis!" I'm like, "I'm in character, leave me alone." And I could see some guy hanging on to the back of Tommy, but I couldn't see who it was. It was Gio with his face buried in his bag. He's one of those people that go through haunted houses and don't look at anything.
Petrified.
Like, what's the point? Why are you going through?
Come on.
And you know what? The one section of the haunted house I really needed him in, he let me down.
He did?
He let me down.
Which
He's
section
gonna kill
was it?
me. So I'm very claustrophobic. So there's a section where it's pitch black and there's walls everywhere and you don't know where you are and you feel like everything's caving in on you. I don't like it. I don't like small spaces. It was not my thing. So I said, "Oh my God, Gio, just help me out here. Like, I don't know how to get out of this. Just, he was, I don't know. You just know. You do it." I'm like, I can't. I'm having an anxiety attack. I can't breathe. I'm getting hives. Like, where are we? Couldn't leave me out of it.
The level of anxiety between these two was just breathtaking.
But I love when they try to make you break character. Like, they did the same thing to me. They come in like, Danielle!
Because we got so excited.
It's not going to happen.
I didn't break character one time that night.
I just wanted to hug you guys.
No, don't hug.
But you committed. You both really, really committed. And
Thank
if this
you.
doesn't work out for you, you can go to Broadway.
That was on Broadway.
Well,
Blood Manor is on Broadway.
It is. We can say we
This
were
is
on
close.
Broadway again.
This is
Well,
close.
you, Miss Aladdin, you keep going.
Come on, let's go.
What's your question?
All the texts want to know the gummy brand.
Oh, see, thank you,
okay,
America,
hold on,
for
hold on.
appreciating my knowledge.
How much are they paying?
Garden of Life is the gummy brand.
Are you a representative of them?
I do team up with them.
Oh, you do?
Team up with. Look,
But I have to say, here's a true story. Honestly, true story. I am very, and like you guys know this, I'm very particular what I put in my body, like very particular.
I get that.
And
That sounded so wrong.
I hate you guys. Why do I come here? Why do I come here over and over and over again?
It's a big white mansion of acceptance.
Oh my God. I'm leaving. Anyway, I am very particular what I eat and drink, I will say, instead of that phrase. And I emailed them and was like, "Oh my God, I'm blown away by, look at you popping more." I said, "I'm blown away by the ingredients. Like, I need more information." And that's how my love affair with them started. So
I know, but we have this rule at law here. If we actually get paid by companies, we have to say we are a proud partner of theirs.
yes.
Yeah, he doesn't work here.
Well, I
Are
know,
you going to
but
pay me a salary?
if you're going to be,
Oh my God.
if you're
I'm
going to be
so excited.
if you're going to be a part of our white mansion, you must be full.
Can we not use that? That is so.
You must be more.
The white mansion. No.
We need to be able to see right through you.
Oh God.
Okay, so what else do you have coming up on your podcast? I've never said this before.
Yes, a lot of fun stuff. Next week's episode is with Sarah Drew. If you watch Grey's Anatomy, she has a new holiday series coming out. I know you'll appreciate that, Danielle. It's the
Yes.
queen of all things holidays.
Love it.
And then we're getting into the Netflix world of Christmas movies.
Yes.
So I believe, I don't want to be premature in saying this, but it's like 90%. I believe Lindsay Lohan
Yes.
will be one of my guests.
Shut up!
Yes.
Oh, I need to be there when you do that.
Yes.
Let's all calm down. Let's all calm down.
And now if her PR tries to pull out, I'm going to play this clip and say, "Nope, you can't do it." Like, it's out there. It's out there.
She did the Court Overstreet movie last year or
Yes.
the year before,
Yes.
which actually, after watching it again, I really did enjoy it. And now she's doing another one. I'm so excited.
Yes. So
It's the same movie over and over.
no, it is
No, it's not.
All right,
No,
I'm
no, stop being the
Shame
Grinch.
on me. I'm so.
Oh my gosh, we love.
So
when Lindsay
anyway-
used to come up here, remember how nice she was to us? She was one of the nicest people to
She
us.
was.
Well, I think I'll be interviewing her and Lacey Chabert.
Lacey Chabert.
Chabert, yeah. She has also a Netflix holiday movie coming out. I'm interviewing her.
Wait,
She was
Lacey
also
Chabert.
She was Gretchen in Mean Girls.
Oh, Chabert.
You know who she is. Gretchen, Mean
Yeah,
Girls.
Party of Five.
Don't
Well,
even,
that too, but
don't look at me like I'm out of it because you don't even know if they still make Twix.
it's a fair question.
I would think Tommy DiDario would be perfect in a Hallmark holiday movie.
Oh, he would.
I'm ready. I'm available.
Yes, you are.
Let's do it.
Well, I have no pull there.
Oh, all right.
All right. So the podcast, I've never said this before.
Yes.
It's on the, of course, always on the iHeartRadio app, and we love that you're in. But this latest interview with Joy Lenz, Bethany Joy Lenz, pardon me.
She goes by Joy.
We'll call her Joy.
Joy.
This sounds like you had a very, very interesting time with her.
I did, and it's a conversation. I don't like to say I have favorites, but it really was one of my top.
Why? What made it one of your favorites out of all the others?
Because everything I thought going into the interview, it was the exact opposite. And I really do pride myself on not having judgments or preconceived notions, but we're all human. And I really, really learned so much about her experience being in a cult. And like I said, everything that I had thought in the past has changed. And also, she's a part of pop culture history. One Tree Hill was iconic. It was on for 9 seasons. It was one of the most highly rated shows at the time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Sophia Bush, Hilary Burton, the cast, Chad Michael
Murray.
Like they're talking about a reboot. We also talk about that because I was curious to know if a reboot came around. Does she have so much PTSD from being in a cult that she would think she wouldn't have a seat at the table? Does she think like, oh my God, my cast knows everything I went through. This is all out there. Will they think I'm perceived as crazy? Whatever the case may be, like, will she be able to participate? And she said, I think I would be. Yeah, she goes, the cast was nothing but lovely to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
And I love what you said about how you love that interview because once you were in the interview, it was nothing you had expected from the interview. Just like this one. I thought this would be interesting.
Again, why do I come here? I hate
Because you love it. You love it. We got
oh my God.
the one and only Tommy DiDario.
Hey!
Mwah.
Give Gio a happy birthday hug for us.
I will.
All right.
I will.
We got $1,000 free money phone tap on the way.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.